Shalom. I hope everyone's doing well. Shavua Tov. This will be my last video for a while, but I wanted to get it out just to emphasize in this day and age how important it is. And I can't stress this enough. Social media is an effective platform to share messages of the gospel of the kingdom, to share messages of repentance, and for God's people to come back and return to Him and be guardians of His covenant and His commandments. It's very effective in doing that. But there was a time and place to do it. There was a time and season for everything. And whether we like it or not, that's part of our witness. On social media is an extension of our witness, or it should be at least. And how we engage with each other matters. How we engage with one another, how we address one another, it matters. I know people want to say it doesn't, but it does. We always want to talk about the Torah and the covenant. Part of that Torah is exhibiting the fruits of the Spirit. One of them is patience. It is important to be patient with new believers, especially those that are just now receiving the meat of Yah's word, His Torah, in its fullness. And sadly, when I say to exercise patience, commonly that gets misconstrued as being passive or pacifying or condoning sin, which that's not the case. You can be patient with people without condoning their sin. You can be patient with people without justifying potential error or potential false doctrine. Being patient is reminding yourself of how Yah was with you in revealing His truth and giving that in the same spirit to everybody else. Yes, there was a time that we need to snatch people from the fire because they act ignorantly, and sometimes it's willful ignorance. A lot of the times people know what they're doing and they want to continue in it anyway because they're now under grace, which in that case is a false grace, because grace is the power of God's Spirit to cause you to walk in His statutes, as Ezekiel prophesies in Ezekiel 36. That is the true meaning of grace. But with that, the more time you spend trying to go and correct everybody else, we don't have time to do so with ourselves, because that matters too. That's why I'm becoming more slower in trying to nitpick everybody else around me. I'm a work in progress. Many might not want to admit it, but they're also a work in progress too. All of us are. None of us have arrived, no matter how much we want to profess that we have on social media. And I think the more we keep this in mind, it'll hopefully humble us to be long-suffering with those who may not see everything as we do. It takes time. Again, this is not a green light to pacify anybody. I don't want that being the case. That's not the narrative. I don't want that being projected. But grow in patience, and we need to continue to plant seeds as needed, and share truth and edification in the manner that circumstances may require. Sometimes that may be face-to-face. Sometimes that may be in the form of a study. Other times it can be in the form of, like I said, again, snatching someone out of the fire for the preservation of their soul and the preservation of their witness. But sometimes we can get confused all over the spectrum, whether Messianics, whether Protestants, mainstream Christians. There's already enough discord in the secular world. We don't need it that much in the body too. And I said discord, not division, because there is a difference. Division is going to happen, but discord is something that God hates. Keep sharing truth, now more than ever. Not just online, but off too. In this day and age, be humble enough to receive correction, not just from those you agree with, not just from those you see everything eye to eye with. Real spiritual maturity is being able to take correction from those you don't agree with. Blessings and shalom.